Hey everybody, how about some good news? How about some positive stuff related to Lego? Yeah, I think it's time for that. I've taken a little bit of time since the last time I showed you what's going on in this room to do a little more work in this city, in this layout. And it's very important to me that you check out the pinned comment on this video. Cannot overstate how important it is to me personally that you check out the pinned comment on this video and also the link in the pinned comment on this video, especially if you're planning on commenting on this video. Very, very important, and it allows me to avoid wasting the first couple minutes of this just kind of regurgitating back a disclaimer. I've mostly been working over on this side, put just a little bit more of the plates in over here, but most of what I've done since you last saw has been over here. Lots of the 1x2s put in. Docks are actually secured for now, and I've started putting in some of the terrain back there to blend in some of the difference in height of the terrain. So this has been kind of filled in for now. Oh yeah, you're gonna hear banging and stuff in the background because this place is a mess, because I brought out this table because I no longer have my parts nearby, my Lego parts collection nearby. So I have this table here now to put a bunch of bins and stuff on, and it helps a lot. And I can put stuff underneath, and it's just a real boon to be able to work efficiently, being able to have so much stuff nearby. I don't know why I didn't think of that before. I guess, well, part of the reason was that I didn't have all that much space to move stuff around. A little more in the way of options now for where to put things, and I will have still more options once things get cleaned up even better. But yeah, so this area back here got filled in just a little bit, still work in progress, blah blah blah, see the pinned comment. But I've been putting in all this rocky stuff along the edge of kind of the shore here, and that's a slow process because I'm not using the kind of standard conventions for doing rock faces. I kind of turn my slopes in all four directions, which makes everything look a lot more random, and from a distance, to me, it just looks the way that I want it to. I would like to see even more differentiation of individual boulders and such, but I think this kind of has the right texture. I brought in some of my beloved pink flowers, which are inspired by a real small marina that I used to live kind of nearby. I used to visit on a somewhat regular basis. Oh, also had a lot of fun experimenting with what to do beneath these docks. I actually ended up kind of ringing the base plate level with one stud wide black plates. I tried bringing the trans blue under there. I thought that would look good, to show the water going under the docks. It didn't look as good as I thought. It was too bright. Tried putting dark blue under there, and also too bright. And also, I don't have all that much dark blue, at least in the way of plates. So I switched to black. The black really works. It really pops. It's too bad I can't show you kind of a before and after. I just didn't record any footage of that, but it makes the docks look like they're taller than they really are. Like a lot taller than they really are, which is great for that whole illusion of the water level being lower and things above the water being raised, but still being able to have the terrain nearby much higher still. So it kind of gives this appearance that the water level is beneath the city, when in reality the water level is actually above the city, because this is plates on top of base plates as well. That's where most of the work has been done. This is hours of work, very tedious stuff. Like I mentioned in the last update, a lot of grunt work is involved. I mean, even just putting these down was a lot, but then putting this stuff in has just been very, very slow. But it's good stuff, and I can kind of feel the progress as it goes. So it's not been boring. It's not been irritating. It's not been frustrating how long it has taken. Got some new base plates over here, but nothing really to It's nothing really to talk about, because all this is eventually going to get covered up quite a bit with 2 layers of plates and tiles. I want this all to be all at the level of the tops of the rails, so that well, yard trucks can just drive right by, forklifts can drive back and forth and stuff without going over any sort of train crossing. So all this will be raised up. It's going to take a lot of bricks and tiles, including those big tiles, the 8x16s. I'll be using probably some of those, but not too many. But yeah, that's all to come. And then as for other stuff that's been going on down here, hey, I'm going faster than the train. Just one possibility for how things could go with the expanded train yard. And please do not tell me to remove the train yard. That's just rude. This is stuff that I really, really like. I've made it very, very clear over the years that trains are really important to me. I like model railroading layouts. I did as a kid. A nostalgic connection, and it's just kind of stuck with me. So train stuff is very important to me, and so it's going to happen, and I'm going to have as much of it as I can, because that's what I want in my city, and I like the stuff, and I'm going to continue to like it. This is not final right here, what I've done for expansion, but already it provides so much more space just with that section of the yard down there. It's going to allow me to put in an engine shed, engine house, and also house a lot more cargo related rolling stock. And the area in between here, in between the main line and that extended yard, will allow me to have a train wash somewhere in here. Like I said, this isn't necessarily exactly how it's going to go, but I've got plenty of space to put that in. Plus I have a little lead down here before the yard, so it's actually possible to do some shunting operations, some switching operations without using the main line. That's just a nice little thing to be able to do. You know, you can bring the switcher can be brought all the way out to here, which allows 4 or 5 cars to fit in before this initial switch right here. It's just, like I said, just a nice thing to be able to do. Not mandatory, but kind of works with opening up some space in between here. So that'll all work out. This I haven't decided exactly what to do with yet, but I don't need suggestions for it, because I already have more stuff planned for this layout than will fit in this layout. So for me, it's just a matter of figuring out which of the many possibilities that I already have on my plate that I will put here, and exactly how, and what to do with the firehouse. That's all going to get worked out. Nothing to worry about there, and that's all that I've been doing in this city so far, or at least since the last time you looked. On top of these little cabinets, Star Wars The Last Jedi sets. Yeah, let's talk a little bit more about that situation, since I haven't talked about it at all. I've only put up that one little notice and some stuff on my blog, and little things here and there and comments and whatnot. But wanted to cover different possibilities for how that could have gone down based upon how I handled the situation. I think there are 3 major ways that this could have gone down in response to the takedown notice that I got from Lego. One thing that could have happened is I could have just ignored it, or told them this is invalid, because it is, and then just I'm running into all my parts bins on the floor back here, but that's okay. I'm just gonna knock this one onto the ground. There we go. Yeah, I could have essentially ignored it, told them they're wrong, and left my videos up. And one result of that inaction could have been nothing. Nothing would have happened. Nobody would have really heard about it. I mean, maybe I would have said something about it, but it would be no big deal. Possibly. Mark Monitor, the agency that's that is under the employ of Lego, who handles brand protection for them at this time, most likely has a limited number of specialists working on the Lego account itself. And they're probably overworked right now, thanks to Disney and thanks to the embargoes for The Last Jedi. Probably overworked handling outgoing claims and notices and such. That's probably what's actually happening. And so it's quite possible that nothing would have happened. They would not have been able to get to the next phase of what would normally happen before September 1st. That's one possibility. Another possibility involves the same initial action and or inaction by myself with a very different possible outcome for that. I could have left my videos up and sent them a reply, as I actually did, saying I didn't leave the videos up, but I did send a reply explaining very carefully why they are wrong and asking for further follow-up. Haven't gotten any reply just yet, but in fairness, it hasn't been that long. But yeah, could have done that. And 24 hours after the initial takedown notice was emailed to me, they could have taken action against me by taking down every single thing that you know of that has the JANG name associated with it. They could have taken down my entire YouTube account and all 3,500 plus videos. They could have taken down my Blogger site. They could have taken me out of Google searches based on DMCA takedowns. You've gotten me blacklisted from Google, at least pending appeal. All that could have happened by now, by the time of the recording and initial publishing of this video. So I could have done nothing and JANG could be gone. Just like that, completely. Not because of copyright strikes. Copyright strikes are a tool that intellectual property owners can use, but let me tell you a little something from experience. Big companies, actual corporations, have tools available to them, especially on YouTube, but elsewhere also, that are far more toothy and more difficult to appeal than copyright strikes. Things that are also a lot easier to fake, a lot easier to do on an invalid basis, based on invalid claims, simply because they want to. There are tools that corporations can literally use to bully people into submission and or take them down completely. Now, sure, you can sue them after that and such, but for months, there was a definite, real possibility that there would be no JANG bricks on the internet at all. So that's one of the possible outcomes that could have occurred. I considered that option. I decided against risking it. I decided against risking everything and all of the entertainment that all of you enjoy from my channel and from everything that I've done in this hobby, and just complied and let you know about it, let you know what I did. So as a result, there is today still a JANG channel. There are still 3,500 plus videos on my channel. I still have a blog. I'm still viewable on search. And there are people all over the world talking about this. Over 4,000 comments in the first day on just my little text-only notification of why the videos were gone. I just hit one of my Last Jedi sets. Oh no, it's a tall one. Oh, it's falling apart. Oh, this is a bad omen. It's the bomber. Hit it with my left elbow. It's okay, just knocked the wing off. Yeah, lots of people talking about this, which is good. It needs to be talked about. I'm glad that there has been a lot of visibility brought to this issue. It's something that should be talked about. It's something that should be considered. Not all of the discussion has been constructive, in my opinion. A lot of it has been, but the discussion itself is good to have, to get different options or different opinions, different people, just considering, thinking about the risks that we run, thinking about what corporations can or possibly can do to people who have done nothing wrong. I think that on the whole, it's been a very positive, constructive thing, even though, 7 of my videos, 7 of basically a week worth of work of mine is, out of view for a few days. I will be bringing them back on September 1st. Because they will have no, even the completely invalid kind of single piece of foundation of their claim will itself be gone as of September 1st, the very beginning of it. So I will bring those videos back. But I think taking those 7 videos down for a few days has been a good choice compared to the possibility of losing everything. So I am very happy with the decision that I made. I made it carefully. I read through their email carefully. I've had plenty of dealings in the past 20 years, 25 years that I've been online with legal matters, both on the plaintiff side, if you will, and the defendant side. I have seen just what can be done, and I understand how justice is not about finding what's right, not about enforcing what's right. Justice is about proving your case to the right people. Or rather, not even proving, convincing the right people of your side of a story. It doesn't have to be proven. It doesn't have to be the truth. Truth doesn't matter. What matters is what people believe and what the correct deciding people believe in something. So ultimately, I appreciate the support, and I'm really happy to see that there's been a lot of constructive discussion about this. Some folks have gone really negative. That's unfortunate, but I think it's okay. I think that's always guaranteed to happen. You're always going to have extremes in anything that involves emotion, especially. And yeah, it's going to happen. But out of that can come some good things. And I guarantee you, there are people at companies, organizations involved in this particular dispute or this particular situation that have taken note of not only my specific situation, but what so many of you have been saying as I continue to kick more of these parts bins on the floor. But yeah, this is going to have a good resolution. It's going to have a good effect. And one of the things that's come out of it is that more retailers that are still or have been still selling things in store now all over the world, including Legoland stores that have been selling the Last Jedi sets for up to 2 weeks now on stores or on store shelves. A lot of those have been taking them down up through today, from what I'm hearing from viewers, and that's what needs to happen. That's ultimately what it all comes down to. Retailers are the ones, I believe, for the most part, who have been in the wrong here for putting stuff out before the embargo dates. Consumers, the hundreds, if not thousands of consumers around the world who have been buying Last Jedi stuff, not just Lego stuff, but all the toys that have been put out in huge displays for just easy purchase. It's the vendors, the retailers themselves, who are in the wrong. They have violated contracts. In the cases where they have actually been aware of the street dates, I have seen personally situations where vendors have received street dated packages, supposedly street dated packages from street dated releases from Lego that have not had the street date stickers on them and have not had the street date stickers removed either. I've investigated it carefully, looked for any signs of adhesive residue. I'm actually pretty good at finding stuff like that. And the fact is, sometimes it's not even the retailer's fault. But ultimately, it's definitely not consumers' fault for buying stuff that's on shelves, that's put there for them to buy. We're not buying stolen goods off the back of a truck. We're not buying stuff from shady employees. We're buying stuff from retailers. And I think a lot of that is being better understood. And I think that the next time one of these major street date things comes around, there will be less of a mess. There will still be a mess, but there will be less of it. So that's enough about that. I think I've covered just the things that I do want to cover without repeating too much, without rambling too much. I've got more work to do here in this city for sure. And like I said, come Force Friday, right at the very beginning, I will be bringing my videos back. So that was a very easy decision for me to make, to temporarily comply, bring a lot of visibility to this, which all of you have made even much bigger and much more constructive with all of your sharing and all of your discussing of the issue. And everything will be back to normal very soon. So thank you for watching. Thank you very much for your support. Stay positive. Think reasonably, logically. Think of things from multiple perspectives. And yeah, I'll talk to you again soon.